Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We are back. Grand finals. We're on board with King's Richard. It's going to be a hot matchup right now. King Richard, Mendo, and Dizzy going against Big Wieners, Summit, JoshOG, and Chappie. I am Sancho West right now. We're manning it solo to see how it goes all down. Looks like Summit's team is, looks like King Richard's team is going to get and drop right out of Skullstown, and it's going to be a big matchup right now. We've been saying this for so long. It is David versus Goliath, and we are watching Goliath, and we got to hope that some kind of public hero comes right out the gate and causes some destruction for Kings Canyon, Jamerson.
Now, they don't find too much action off the bat here, and so this is a pretty slow start, surprisingly, especially when it's supposed to be very heavily populated. A lot of people like to just drop here. The fights are so much fun. Also, you know, there's no real downside to actually dropping hot in this game because the downtime is so low, right? You're through the lobby and through picking your legends so quickly in these games.
I no doubt that every time that Kings Canyon has been dropping here at Skulls Canyon, one of them goes down and they had to clutch it out.
Yeah.
Right now, it's kind of quiet for them. It's a very slow drop here, surprisingly, at Kings Canyon, but that's the thing that ends up happening here with Code Red Apex Legends. You have to run that risk of roll the dice that you may not find a healthy lobby. So, you know, a lot of factors needs to go into Big Wiener's sway, so to speak, that that they could come out on top and reset the bracket.
Now, this is definitely what, you know, the Big Wieners want. They want a slow start on this side, right? They're not able to get 4, maybe 5 squads dropping over at Skulltown, and so they're not going to go ahead and get those kill points. And now they have to rotate and spend a lot of time just hunting down people. They don't even hear gunfire at the moment. And so they're still just going to go ahead and take their time looting. We have the wingman in the hands of Dizzy along with the Peacekeeper, so he's already set out. Richard sitting on a longbow and a Peacekeeper right now. And it looks like, yeah, there's a wingman in the hands of Mendo. So they're basically almost kitted the way that they want. I'm pretty sure Richard doesn't want the longbow, though.
Yeah. I'm sure he doesn't want that in his repertoire. But as you can see on the screen, the Mendo says, "I am in the finals." So he's here in the grand finals. And they're looking for somebody right now, and they're gonna pop off because, you know, you can't sleep on the Big Wieners. Even though what ends up happening with, you know, Summit, Josh, and Chappie, they haven't put out that output that we've agreed to. Like, they haven't put out that big stats that we were breaking down while we're waiting for this matchup here, Jamerson. But so much things can go wrong for them. I mean, the only instance that we've saw on the stream here at the hub here at twitch.tv/esportsarena that they came close to losing was that King Richard was separated and Mendo and Dizzy were all separated, and when is it that a firefight broke out outside of Canyons near the high desert, near the bunker, and Mendo had to slide in to save Dizzy. Dizzy was down to it, and then Dizzy had to come in, and then it was 2 clutches that had to happen, and those high quality play, that's what makes Kings Canyon so dangerous. But I just don't see it going to happen right now as the lobby drops down to about 41 people, including them, 15 squads left.
And they still haven't found anyone. They're over here. They made a rotation, right, all the way from one side of the map to the other. From Skulltown all the way over here to Repulsor. Now they're making their way south. They might have heard someone to the southeast side of the map. And so there we go. Mendo found one, took him down.
Here we go. Nice use of the portal, going to get himself right back into the action. Man, this is one of those respawn beacons where, you know, you find somebody back there and you just go ahead and just slay them really instantly, and Dizzy's putting in some fire. Oh, as Richard does get a shot at it, he does have this pass. Oh, what a big hit. Longbow, 82 damage to the head. Good hit right there from King Richard. That's what, you know, that's what I want to see. I want to see some variety into this, and that was a good hit by King Richard. And usually when I watch King Richard in Battle Royale, he feels very comfortable with his sniper. So known for his accuracy from a distance, and that was a nice knock there. Nice, you know, let's not overhype it. It was a really good knock. I like it.
Yeah, it looks like they just caught a team that was post respawn. Oh, here comes the rotation now. People coming over from Hydro Dam here. But Richard has been tagged. He doesn't have any shield right now, but he's got the shield battery as he starts to push forward. I love that you can do that. It takes 2 hands to hold the battery and pop it, but Dizzy now drops low, but they're able to get the knock onto Bloodhound. So they're not quite out of trouble yet. Dizzy still has to stabilize. I mean, even after he re-ups his shields, he's sitting at about 65 HP.
Dizzy and King Richard here, making themselves big names in the Apex Legends community, man. Dizzy, of course, just feels like he almost came out of nowhere. Now he is a household name in Apex Legends lore already. You know, gonna most likely according to how everybody's reacting here in the esports arena chat, and I myself most likely going to add another accolade to his, growing resume. So a big play right there that's going to happen, and that was the easy. Man, I don't see these guys sweating out any kind of altercations unless they're in like bunker or Skull Town early on. Then other than as the the game breathes a little bit, you're gonna have them be very comfortable in handling any altercation.
And there's still plenty of squads remaining, right? The circle is closing right now. There are 11 squads left, 26 players for them to clean up. There might even be a respawn. So plenty of points, plenty of opportunities left for them now, making their way over to Hydro Dam. But I imagine this place is going to be empty, They got rotated on someone who had moved through Repulsor after they had rotated on someone who was going for the respawn. So they still are going to be playing a little bit of running simulator here as they're trying to find out a squad.
Yeah, we're listening to Dizzy a little bit, and he's trying to call out the rotations. It's interesting to see that I haven't seen a lot of squads in this tournament land the loot barge.
Yeah.
That is something that
it's too risky.
It is way too risky, but I feel like anytime I queue up solo, that's like the most requested ping from everybody when I'm the jump master is the loot barge. But we're not. You would think that they would want to jump there because there's a lot of traffic, but the risk factor is way too high.
There are so many things that could go wrong. You don't drop on the gun first. You guys actually drop split because if you don't split off, right, and you don't get like the right landing, you could just actually overshoot,
right?
And then all of a sudden, your two of your team are just left on the ship by themselves. They saw a respawn, but they didn't tag it, so they don't know quite exactly which one it is, but they know the direction in which it was used.
To talk about the loot barge is sometimes you can skip off of it because the momentum of you just skips off just like a rock on a lake. So that's what I just want to say is like it's mostly safe drops. There's known drops that they could control the situation. Skull Town. Like I said, we've been seeing people drop in between bunker and cascades, just trying to go ahead and third party into bunker. So, high quality K. We're looking at the scoreboard as well, and it looks like Summit has 3 points. It's 6 over there, 6-4. So, they big winners. Currently in the lead.
Yeah, they're not finding any kills right now for Kings Canyon. They're even over here at Bridges. I don't hear any fire. They have to hope that a team's here.
Yeah, I see him.
They could draw attention away. Now, there we go. He spotted one out, and now they're going to go ahead and push into the lower side of Bridges here, over towards the factory. There's one on the roof. He doesn't see him? Does he not see him? Instead, he shoots for the Wraith below. It's going to be Mendo to get the knock onto him. Now the Bangalore ult comes out. It's not Richards, though, so he has to go ahead and take cover inside the building.
I think that, there is someone that did walk right past his doorway. So, they're right behind him. It looks like they're kind of perched up on this box, and they're back away.
He ran in. Let me get my shields back. Okay.
Yeah, playing it cautiously. They're not going to risk anything at this point. They are going to take this slow. Again, the difference between this 13K to 7K. All right,
that's a big difference.
That is a huge difference.
The slide from Bloodhound is instantly stopped by Kings Canyon's crew, and they're going to go ahead and keep moving on. And that's a nice squad wrap with 7 squads left. About 14 people left alive, and of course we've discovered the possibility.
Oh no!
That may be a crash from King Richard. And of course, we're going to get a ruling for what's going on according to the officials and the rules and see what happens here. And of course, we're going to find another perspective and see what see if we can continue the action. But that has been happening with Apex Legends, man, and that's a big bummer. A big bummer and a bad time to happen here at the Code Red. On board to Big Wiener's side of things, and Chappie and Summit have purple armor while OG is down to the squishiness. But it looks like Summit's down and pinched right now, but he does have the back of his team. He's going to go ahead and pop his ulti. And a nice escape there, and a nice cover from Chappie.
Chappie just on the high ground there with the wingman. He's got the extended heavy mag onto it also, so he's got the full range of that clip, basically doubling it. Now spotting one coming in from the circle. He is getting shot from behind, but he's got the cover again. Good team play as they cover each other's backs.
That was a great escape from Summit using the decoy properly and able to get away and move very, very far from the action right there. And as you can see, Big Wieners is still alive and still wrecking, but we'll get a ruling to what's going to happen. We have to review the rules and what happens in the event of a crash, but I would rest assured here in the grand finals we'll get a ruling on that very shortly from the officials there. But as we're watching Chappie go to work. But yeah, let's go ahead and listen to comms, Jamerson, as JoshOG does seem like he does see somebody.
It's all good. We got 2 squads left. Let's get these kills. We need them. And probably last team, you know the drill.
I think they were talking about Kings Richard crashing there, so we'll see what's going to happen when all that happens. But let's see. And I am excited, though, to see Summit using a Mirage, and we're right on board with Chappie with a level 3 mag extended on the wingman.
Be nice.
And that I feel like that's always a must to have.
Yeah.
Especially
It
when
helps
you're
so much.
when you're hunting all these teams right now.
They've rotated over to
Absolutely
here in the
want this
market, and surprising that they haven't found the last remaining squads. Maybe they start shooting to the air, try to call attention their way. They do have Chappie. He's 5% away from actually having his ultimate.
I don't really care
So,
what
you
we
know,
do,
dropping
as
the
long as we're
lifeline
playing
package is
together,
also a
man.
good
We're
way
playing
to
together. These guys are
get
not
people's
gonna beat us.
attention. Basically, that's what, you know, a lot of players do. They just wait for the lifeline drops, and they're like, okay, there's a team there, and start running in that direction. And so
You guys all good
now
on
they're
maps?
just
Golden?
spending their times here, you know, splunking around in this cave as they move over now towards market. And they're still having difficulty finding these last two teams, and they need to spot them out. They need every single point coming into this.
They have to feel good about themselves right now, though. They do have the lead. You know, it does seem like they are getting fed information about what's happening,
Back where
and
we
it's
came
very,
from.
very important. You gotta, you know, stay on top of it. Make sure that you are keeping tabs on the other team. And you know, walking into this matchup, you know that they have a tall order to go up against Kings Canyon.
I mean, he's not a bot.
All right, so it looks like it was just maybe a solo on the other end now.
They have to come
That
right
they
to
took
us.
out. So
We
now
can
there's
hold
just
the high
one
ground. I
squad
think it was
remaining
on
for
the
them to hunt
ship.
down.
Almost
So here's
positive it was
here's
on
what
the
I have
ship.
in the rules right now. If a crash or disconnection occurs during launch and or pregame lobby, your team must restart the match. So it looks like that's something that we mentioned, that something has to happen to Kings Canyon, and the match moves on here according to the rules that all the teams agreed to. So they know the rules are going to happen. I mean, it crashes inevitably does happen every once in a while in the tournament. So that is going to at least slow down Kings Canyon. But as you see, the score does update. Mindell gets 8, Dizzy 3, and Kings Richards 1. And it looks like Chappie, Josh, and the Summit instantly are now losing, behind in the score.
You know what? We don't have it completely up to date right now. There we go. All right. So 4, 3, and 5. So 12 kills actually
They're getting pushed
for the
right
big
into
wieners
us.
now.
Okay.
And so it's still it's tied up 12-12 at this point.
I'm Arc
And now it's the final squad. There's 3 members remaining. 3 more points plus the 8 if they get the W here. Nice connect with the Kraber. Getting the knock with Chappie finishing, or excuse me, getting the final blow on him. And be able to clean this up. One more kill. That's going to get them 11.
2 are knocked. I'm gonna
as soon
kill
as they
these.
finish this
Don't
off.
kill the last guy.
Yeah, I think they're going to leave that other guy alive. They're going to go for that milk method right there.
Yeah, dip if you can.
Just going to go ahead and try to secure an additional 2 elims difference. Of course, the way this tournament has been working out the entire day, this is what we've been seeing. Get 2, leave the last alive. Hopefully they respawn, then come back and rinse and repeat. There is 8 points for every win, so you can't mess around with it too much. Things could go wrong out of nowhere for you, you know?
And luckily for them, they're going to go for that farming strategy. And there is a respawn beacon still in this circle. And so they back away, and they're going to go ahead and hide. You can hear somebody calling it out. We're going to go hide. We're going to go hide.
Yeah, could play it cool, hide. And it's just something that the rules are set, and this is not yet. There is not a rule against it, so you got to do what you got to do, and you got to do what you got to do to secure a lion's share of $25,000. So they are the lower bracket champions. They have to reset the bracket, and luckily they did get a break. They did get a break.
Yeah. I like how Summit was the one that made the call, right? We're gonna go hide, but he's basically hiding in plain sight. He's just hiding on the edge of that wall there. No real cover. He's really just hiding in plain sight.
Sometimes, just like Drax, hiding in plain sight is the best thing to do. If you stay still, you're completely invisible.
Now, here's the thing, though. We've seen, when it's the last squad, that a lot of times the players don't go for the recover, and they just muddle about, and they don't get the respawns, and so it's just a lot of time wasted. Luckily for them, time's not of an issue. It's just the number of matches you have to play it out.
I'm pissed at him.
So hopefully they get 2 more points off of this.
Dude, I think Mirage makes plays, man.
His ult sucks dick, but
I mean, dude, his ult gets me out of fights all the time. Yeah, I think you don't understand that you get a fat speed boost when you ult with him, though, man. Like, whether they can see you or not, you can dip.
I did notice that when Summit was in that river, when we jumped on board Big Wieners here. You have to say that with straight. When we jumped on board with Big Wieners here, he was in trouble literally there, and he was able to pop his decoy. He got 60 meters out of that fight.
Man.
Yeah.
Ride or die for his teammates, dude.
gotta get the home.
Oh, I think we're hearing it. The Wraith did not pick up his homies.
Yeah, because I think JoshOG is sitting where they're watching it. Summit's actually watching it. He's right above the
Nope, he's
the
not going
beacon.
for it, huh?
I don't know, he might.
And now the circle's about to close. pretty much too late. This zone takes for a lot. This zone takes for a lot. And so it is too late. The ring's going to close, and now they're not going to get the +2. It looks like just one more point along with the +8 from the victory.
Yeah, he's not going for it.
I think they might have to go ahead and go get him, so they at least get that 1 point.
Just finish it off. Just finish it off here.
We're good.
Oh, dude, did you see?
I mean, I guess that's the risk you might make. I mean, if you want to, you know,
it doesn't cost them anything. It doesn't cost them anything to be patient and wait for it, right?
Right. It doesn't cost them anything, but it is going to cost them at least 1 if this guy dies to the ring.
That is true. That is true. And that has happened.
Yes, that has happened. We've seen it happen 4 times here in the tournament almost, is that they let the guy res and the guy just decides to sit there, or he just rage quits. So it's like, yeah, you lose out on the point, but you want that point. You do, especially going up against Kings Canyon. As you can see, they're just racking up the points. Yeah, there's 58.
Again, playing this cautiously, he just tags him, forces out the Q from the Wraith. I don't know where she thinks she's going. Definitely not a better hide-and-seek player than Summit there. She just goes right into the corner and accepts her fate. All right, so both teams having a relatively slow game, but we haven't actually caught up with Mendo, King Richard, and Dizzy quite yet. So when we hop over to their game, we'll see how many points that they've racked up.
Yeah, and of course we're going to get a confirmation soon. Of course, according to the rules, we only restart the game if it happens in the pregame lobby.
Yeah.
And so essentially, it looks like Mendo and Dizzy have been rocking themselves here. It is a big performance that's going to be coming out of Dizzy and Mendo. You see Dizzy already. We've seen him with the Kraber making some awesome plays in the last tournament. So I'm expecting big plays with 6 in the chamber ready to rock.
1 squad remaining also. So these are very similar scorelines right now. And yeah, they can't be phased, right? Especially because it was King Richard. Even though he's been putting up great numbers across both tournaments so far and across all of our matches today, still having Mendo and Dizzy alive it's pretty nice. Especially having Mendo alive. Remember, he's the solo kills record so far in Apex Legends.
Yes. Yes. I mean, the work that Mendo does, and he's very comfortable with the race. He's going to go for a toe shot?
The respawn. No, he's going for the respawn, and then he's going to wait. You got to wait for them to hit the ground, or at least to jump out of the ship first. So patience is a virtue.
Yeah. So it looks like we're getting the ruling that the teams will play on, and it counts. There will be no reset, and they're going to continue on, and does not get that hit. I think there was 2 jumping out of that ship, correct? It looks like there was 2 there. And that is just a poor lifeline running to save their life. And already knocked. Down you go, and that's a tough situation, being thrown into this world of Kings Canyon. Literally, Kings Canyon runs this world. Everybody's just paying rent right now, and that is another elim, and they're going to go ahead and just back away again and let him get the res.
Is there one, though? It looks like the one in Swamps already got taken, so they're just going for the kills, going
the highlight.
Trick shots. Yeah, he's trying to get the no-scope here. Isn't able to connect,
You see that 360.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, barely missing it now, but he's facing off against Devotion, who can't actually hit him at all. There we go. I love this. I love this. It's so cool. It's like something out of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's very nice. Going for that finisher right there. That man's turned into a death box. Out you go back to the lobby, and Dizzy almost hit that 360. You got to work on those 360s. I know Dr. Disrespect's in there. He's just shaking his head a little bit. He's like, you got to hit that 360. It was right there. It was right there. But yeah, the lead is, I think the gap right now, if according to my math, it is 19 to 15. So Big Wieners are still losing right now despite that. And Big Wieners did get that 8-point buff. So we're going to see once we look into the scoreboards how that all is going to shake out. But it looks like they're going to get the 8-point bump here at Kings Canyon. And we've been calling it. That 1 kill has
every time they play with their food, that happens. Every single time they play with their food, it looks like it's going to happen that way, where they're not able to get that last kill.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, that team's just going to go, 1 kill. It's going to be, you know, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We saw Summit's team as well not get that 1 kill. So this is the difference right there. As you can see, 12 kills to 7. That's a total of 20 squads. So it's 28 right there for this opening map here in the grand finals. And on board to Big Wieners right here. And there's the updated scoreboard. And they're already in the hole, but at least they're close. They're in striking distance.
4 points is the difference now between these 2 teams. And honestly, with the performance that Kings Canyon has had all day long, you are counting your lucky stars that it's this close so far as we go into round number 2. It looks like it's going to be possibly, oh no, they're going right past Skulltown. And they're going to maybe go over to runoff?
Yeah, it sounds like Summit is trying to call out the places where there's going to be high traffic area, and they're trying to figure out the rotation that they need to make to close this gap. It is 28 to 23. So, you know, it's still within 5, and you're right. You're going to require a big misstep here from Kings Canyon or a Pub Hero, and they're going to go ahead and drop all the way down here. This is a good spot. I like the spot. There's so many places where here at runoff that you could, you know, find some good loot, and you could quickly. I like places where you could quickly loot. It's a clear, like, straight line to other loot. You don't have to, you know, vault too much. You don't have to. It's not too close quarter. So this is the perfect mixture of a lot of open spaces and close quarter action that you could be able to, you know, get a good kit out of here, and then you could, of course, you could go ahead and make that. There's a balloon a little bit behind a runoff here that you could find. You could go right over to Thunder or the airfield if you want to, or you could keep going all the way to Skull Town. It's a good place to land, and you're going to be able to. The only difficult thing is you can't see people coming in because it's surrounded by this wall barrier.
Also, you do have that bunker pass that you can go through. So if you want to make your way to Cascades, it is a clear straight shot, basically a line to get over there.
If you guys want to see the bracket update, go to boom.tv/CodeRed for all the thing how it's going to shake out. What were we going to say, James?
I was just going to say, pretty decent loot so far. There were 2 tier 2 armors there for them. So, you know, there's 2 of them are sitting at an effective 175 HP. So coming into their first fight, they're sitting pretty at that point, and there's even a purple armor. Okay,
I just don't think Big Winners here is playing aggressive enough to close the gap or to stay on pace with Kings Canyon. This pace has worked through them, enabled them to get through the lower bracket very successfully. I mean, they are essentially they're in the money, so that's good right there. So you know, of course, Reed's Money team crew were able to get 3rd place, so they have money there as well.
5K, not bad.
I am not seeing the aggressiveness, the violent speed and momentum, the aggressive play out here from the Big Winners to make the big impact that they want.
So top 4 or bottom 4?
They're not hearing much fire either. So again, you're seeing why this passive style is really just not going to work out right now.
Yeah, we've constantly heard them say, like, man, the lobby's dying, and it's just not. They're not in the fights enough to be able to to prevent the lobby from dying or to be the reason why the lobby is dying.
14 squads left, 37 players, so they do need to go on the hunt very shortly. But I think, you know, it's about riding that line. We keep talking about that line, right, where you want to play aggressive, but you also want to play cautiously. And honestly, the most dangerous time is, I think, the drop, right, where it's a mad dash for guns, and at that point, anything can happen. And so they cut that risk, and they decide they're going to play the long game instead. Make sure that they make it to the late game to get that +8 from the victory, and then whatever kills they can along the way.
And what I'm noticing is that I agree with Postman in the chat. There's just a lot of time wasted looting, like right there. That's going to cost them that first place because, you know, Dizzy and Mendo, they don't need a lot. You know, King Richard as well does not need a lot. All these guys need is just a wingman and a shotgun. And, you know, Summit and Chappie and JoshOG, they've been like, it feels like they're looting and keep switching out their kits, looking for that perfect kit or something that they feel comfortable with today. And now we have the wingman and the EVA 8 from Summit. It's just, as you can see, like the looting process is not as efficient as the other squad.
We also have to remember that, you know, JoshOG, he's been taking a stand. He has been using a wingman at all, been taking lots of different kind of loadouts here, but hey, he's got a purple stabilizer to work with, and I imagine that it's going to be JoshOG to pick that up. Good distance of the map covered so far is now they're making their way towards the cave side over, there we go, in between Cascades and Bridges. I'm surprised they didn't run through bunker, but again, it's about playing cautiously but also playing aggressively, and they're trying to do that as best as they can.
It's a south circle, so they're going to gatekeep this area. You're going to see a lot of traffic coming through. We've been seeing so many engagements break out here on this bunker side in River Center, so this is where it is. They do see a Gibraltar right outside the bunker, so someone's going to go ahead and send out the decoy just to cause a little havoc right now. He doesn't decide to send it out. He's just going to go in right in because he sees that Gibraltar right there.
Tags him 3 times, but there's still one inside bunker right now. They instantly change targets. They're on the hunt. One person's already knocked, and here comes the nade.
Big nades. Big nades shatters armor. Guy's a little hurt. Beast in the hunt. Great engagement. Great close right there. was expecting to see Summit use that decoy. He's been using it all day effectively and just decides not to use it. I think knowing that you're going against a Gibraltar, you don't need to do much.
No, not at all.
You don't need to do much against a big hitbox. You just got to do what you got to do and get your shots in. I've noticed, you said so yourself, some people don't like using Wingman against the smaller guys because the smaller hitboxes is very difficult to flick on. So the Gibraltar, pretty easy hitbox to hit considering he's the biggest one.
Yeah, 2.4 times the size of a Wraith hitbox, or I guess if it's flat. It's just, it's absurd. Now they do have to make. I don't see. Here's the thing. We were talking about how like it was a South Circle, but they're not going to run into too many other teams because the dropship. It looked like it started from the South, and if it starts from the South, the majority of teams are already jumping out from the South, so they should already be in this half of the map.
Good point.
Yeah, and so that's why they're making a quick move. They're not waiting any longer. They have to keep on the move right now. There are 8 squads left, 23 players in the lobby. Maybe even a 24th gets resurrected back into this.
Yeah, I mean that kill feed. Every time they see it light up and they're not involved, I know it's just like this lobby is not working with us. But
yeah.
I think the factor that's not going to be talked about a lot is that they wasted a lot of time looting in the opening section. So you know that's going to cost them right now, and also it costs them because they have to travel so much across the map, and they did travel for a while too. So that adds to it. It's like a snowball effect of not finding points to put on the board.
Now they're over at Skull, and they do hear some gunshots out. It looks like Giacomo, actually the main contributor there, spawning out one. Good spray down with the 301. They're able to get the knock.
That dude got robo-copped.
Ooh, 100 damage, 128. It looks like 2 more bullets connecting there, and they're going to be able to finish them off. Clean these up.
The purple stabilizer on the 301, proving its worth. It's interesting. I would have used the G7 Scout in there. That's me. But, man, that 301 meltdown from Josh.
Oh, right on top of him. Looks like it was, what was that, a Wraith right on top of him. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, Chappie with the quick, but this is what I'm talking about. This is more time. More time. You're going to have to res JoshOG. Nice shots from Summit, man. Good knock.
There is a third coming in.
I don't know if they're going to go ahead and leave him alone. I mean, Josh is still down. Chappie's going to go ahead and get the res. I mean, people camping on that spine are very deadly. They have the instant high ground. And it looks like someone goes ahead and thirsts and jumps right back in the portal. But that spine right there, someone could come out of nowhere. And, of course, you said you are a Pathfinder guy. As you can see there, the Pathfinder could get up there easily. And the Mirage is in trouble.
Oh,
Mirage is getting smacked.
No one's getting bamboozled by that.
No, siree. No.
I'm ulting to catch up to him.
Yeah,
he's just going to be his ult to catch up, and he's down. Chappie able to finish him off.
Yeah, for a split second I thought that was a decoy myself, but there's you seeing right there the Mirage using the deadly, because you know that ultimate does not take a lot of time to recharge right there. Someone does spot another enemy out in the distance.
Yeah, it is Skull Town, and we have to state again. You know, it was a mostly southern drop because of the path of the dropship, and so they have to expect a lot more people, especially here at Skull Town.
Right.
And so they have to stay on their toes. They're looking pretty darn healthy. They've got 2 purple armors along with 1 blue on JoshOG, and JoshOG his kit looks great. He's got mostly purple on the important add-ons for his R301. Spotting one out, getting some good shots off. Summit is going to go ahead and push forward now after he gets the damage across.
Summit did point this out while they were flying overhead, and marking that Skull Town would be a great place to visit and rotate to, and it is paying off for big wieners right now. Getting another point on the board, he's going to go ahead and get right into the portal, and he's going to be right there, right in the action. There it is, 45 shatters the armor, and boom, headshot 67. Nice play from Summit as he's continuing on with the big wiener. Nicely done right there.
And he got the skull piercer off of that too, so ultimate value coming out from it here. And yeah, now he's calling out. Everything looks great on him. He could use some, of course, some shotgun ammo, but really not. It's not the end of the world if he doesn't get any more. But he's great on meds, and of course, he's got basically 2 full stacks of heavy ammo at this point.
Summit's play is very good.
Maybe he wants like a DT, like a digital threat, but he doesn't absolutely need it. They're not running with a Bangalore, so it's not going to be as often where he has to face off against some smoke coverage.
Right. But there's a lot of people out there who do use Bangalore, so it's a great counter if you use a digital threat. There's so many instances that you'll see a Bangalore throw a smoke thinking that they're safe, but this other, if the other opposing team has the digital threats, and so yeah, Summit, and we saw him. I think he dropped that 2-time. He dropped the 2-time for the 1-time there. So we're seeing that Summit understanding that he needs to be a little bit more aggressive to add more points on the board. And right now, he has 3 in the second map here.
Yep, cave, same cave.
They
Cave
spotted
right
one out in cave, and so they have to stay aggressive here. They have to keep up this tempo. They cannot allow any of the final remaining kills to go over to the other
Shattered
squad.
armor.
The longbow with that Skull Piercer doing good damage, taking out that armor, and now they are in desperate pursuit for these kills.
Yeah, the longbow with the shattered dreams on that armor, and Summit Chappie getting a knock right there with the wingman. That's the longbow is, with someone with a good deadly eye, could be some damage here, and that's what Josh is going to hope for. He's going to try to get another hit, going to get some chip damage as Summit and Chappie are being very aggressive into this caverns.
I can't get him.
They're trying their best to finish him off. There we go. Now it's just one squad remaining for the Big Wieners to actually try and spot out and finish this off.
I wonder if Summit, the squad is pretty happy finishing second. I mean, there's some people in the chat have already commented that this is going to be a fight for seconds.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's kind of like a lot of people are already giving the Code Red Championship to Kings Canyon, but I'm not going to count them out yet. And even though I'm always going to root for Kings Canyon in the sense of like that's always going to be my pick. But you never know what could happen in map 3.
Yeah. And, at this point, though, like the big difference is that they haven't been able to actually farm. We've been seeing that, of course, coming out from most of the teams all day long, but they haven't been able to so far in this second round.
That's a good point.
Their kill count isn't as high as a lot of the other matches that they've had so far.
Yeah. Yeah, and no doubt, we've seen someone compete in other battle royales, and I just have to think that he has to be happy to be here. I think the personal victory for Summit is getting one over on Doc. Like that's something that he could put the tick on the shoulder.
Josh, what did you do?
Josh is fine. Don't worry about him. Everything's
fine.
No,
what did he do?
He's gonna be.
Oh no, he's stuck in some sort of weird invisible wall here.
No, he's Batman. He's just sitting up here, hanging upside down. You didn't know this was a new passive perk from Bloodhound?
You're right. What is going on? Oh no. Josh might actually died into the circle because he can't get out. He somehow clipped himself into the cave wall.
He's Batman. Oh no. The Batman play. This is the kind of bad luck.
He's got 3 medkits. Maybe this works out in the end. Somehow he survives long enough. Never mind, he's only got the 3 medkits.
Maybe he gets knocked and maybe he gets rezzed. This is the kind of look that needed to happen, for Big Wieners, not against Big Wieners. Yikes.
Take high ground on the right.
Y-I-K-E-S, yikes.
Yeah, that's a big yikes for him.
Yeah, there's only 2 squads left, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, they can still recover this, but they're fighting into a 2v3 now.
100%.
At least a 2v3.
100%, it's another great way to say I agree with you. As we're going to hit another glide right over, and they're just going to laugh at JoshOG's peril as he's trying to survive with the medkits. As you've seen on the tag, if you're new to Apex Legends or you want to up your game, pay attention to the tags. The tags do tell you a lot of things. They'll tell you if someone's popping a shield cell, a battery, or a medkit. That's a great way, of course. If you see the flashes on the name tag, you'll see that they're in engagement. So. Yep. And if you see flashing on the tag, you'll see that they're taking damage. So that's something that you pay attention to. The HUD is very, very informative for Apex Legends. Respawn did I hear the chuckles. Yeah, I hear the chuckles from the team as JoshOG is holding on to his dear life stuck in the rock.
What if JoshOG, what if something disastrous happens here and they both fall, Chappie and Summit both fall, and it comes like an Evermore situation where he's just healing in zone for as long as possible.
I think he's out of medkits though.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I think he's only used 1 so far, actually.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He's just right now is biding his time, stuck on a rock. He's like what's that great thing? Sisyphus, right?
Yeah.
Just bushing in the rock back and forth. And here we are. They're still looking for the last guy. I think, did they engage them and left them to heal? I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think so.
No, not 100% sure. So it could still be a full squad. But if you're looking at the scoreboard at the top, Kings Canyon is putting on monster numbers. Mindo and Dizzy, 18-11. King Richard's 8. So King Richard's putting on 7 in this second map. So that's just not the recipe for success is not good for Big Wieners right now.
Yeah. And, fighting into a 3v2 into the last squad, possibly a 3v2, right? It's not the best thing, especially when you want to make sure that you secure that +8 from getting the victory. And so having the odds stacked even this further against you, it is not great at all. They do see the ship, and there is an airdrop right next to it. Again, there's so many different angles they have to check moving through. Luckily, they got the high ground, though.
I have an update on JoshOG. Still stuck in a rock, still rocking med kits. Still alive, ladies and gentlemen.
That might be his final med kit.
I believe so. Things are dire here. It's like, you know, he's trapped in a well. We're going to have to do our best. Maybe send someone out there to rescue JoshOG.
Where's everyone at? Where they at?
News on Channel 13.
The rock monster is holding on to JoshOG. The Kings Canyon, literally, Kings Canyon is preventing JoshOG from competing against Kings Canyon. If that is not rigged, you know, in any other way, I cannot there's some, you know, something's up.
Oh, yeah. Dropping off the Mastiff. I don't know why. There we go. They're going to go ahead and drop down now.
We need to get the mystery gang on this. The mystery machine. Something's, you know, something's amiss here, ladies and gentlemen.
Something's definitely wrong here with
calling
Shaggy.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a Phoenix kit. JoshOG.
Oh, hey!
He's gonna put out.
Oh no! He mistimed it. He mistimed it
severely.
Or maybe the zone started ticking.
Can we just take a look at JoshOG? Is he still stuck on his knees in the canyon?
Yeah.
Protection. Yes.
Yeah.
He is still stuck in. Yeah.
All right, let's go back.
All right, we can go back. I just wanted to double check. I just wanted to see if he was able, if he's resable.
What the fluff is going on?
All right.
I agree, Summit. The fluff. You gotta keep it family friendly.
Where are these? Okay, this last squad now.
Can I get an F in the chat for Josh? Thank you.
Someone dies to out of bounds.
Yep.
There's another drop. They have to come for this one, right?
They have to.
I think I saw someone. I'm not sure.
They sends out the decoy to poke and see what's going on.
Like centered on circle. I don't know how we lose up there.
This is a situation here where 8 points are on the board. And you got to get them because you never know what's going to happen. Hey, I appreciate you, chat. I see Choco Taco with the F in the chat. Hey, shout-outs to everybody that's competed. Shout-outs to Reed's Money team.
Everyone's done a great job
You guys
today.
competed very, very well. I mean, if you want to follow all these people, go to boom.tv/CodeRed. Click on the people's name. Drop them follows if you can. If you can, you know, budget $5 a month. Drop them a sub. If you have a Twitch Prime available, drop them that Twitch Prime. It's free. You have the opportunity to get an Apex skin and 5 Apex packs if you link it with your EA account, or your Origin account. So hey, support these guys. You know, they're out here putting on a show. You know, it is a friendly tournament, even though we like to, you know, create drama storylines. It's all still friendly. They're all coming under one umbrella here. You know, of course, Doc's umbrella, so to speak, and they're all competing. You know, to keep the show not only here at Boom TV or Esports Arena, what we can do to better the tournament, but also to Respawn and how they could approach the tournament scene. As here is the final squad finally showing up here at Water Treatment, going for the drop, as you pointed out. Summit missing 2 shots right here. Looking for the Pathfinder. It's a Pathfinder, Bangalore, and Lifeline, I believe.
Yeah, he's using that variable scope, zoning in, and yeah, the bullet drop was too much there. Was not able to connect with that. But, you know, it looks like the other team not too confident in taking these aim battles. They hear the wingman. They hear the Kraber. Take a look. That's why you peek, you get hit.
Big 4-5s for Chap on that blue armor. It's interesting that Chappie has been using iron sights with the wingman.
Close.
Yeah, and I didn't even see him. You know, he had plenty of opportunities to look for a better sight if he wanted it, but I think he's comfortable using the iron sight. He's going to charge up this precision choke right here. And they're still playing for 8 points here. Another big 4-5.
Robots 1.
Yeah, easy. Nice and easy. They're just toying with these guys that are stuck in this situation right here. 41 with the gold armor. Shattered dreams right there. He's going to go ahead and charge up the choke and dead.
There we go. Now 1 person remaining, and with that, they are going to secure the additional 11 points total by killing the squad and also getting that win. Oh, someone's got a selfie, and it looks like
there's no way for them
to
revive.
Yeah, it's this right here.
This
That's the gold armor. This person was gold out to the gills.
And there you go, the ultimate BM at the end.
Before you get bum rushed. It's the Wild Wild West.
And that is round number 2
Map
completed
2
out.
in the books.
Yeah, for the big wieners here. And so we'll be swapping over to the other side. It is still the second map also for Team Kings Canyon.
King Richard has to be down. He has to be res, right? The beacon. This is the map 2 still. 2 squads left. So obviously Kings Canyon has been taking their time and milking the lobby, and they have this opportunity again to get this poor guy with a Kraber in his hand. They easily could have taken that shot, but
They
I think,
could have, yeah.
Yeah,
There's the big boy Caustic also.
right. They're just gonna see what's going to go ahead and shake it all out, and everything is shaking out in Kings Canyon's favor here. I mean, they put in some kind of a crazy code to get the Kings Canyon to swallow up JoshOG, but it didn't really affect that outcome really well. It's just a good lull moment here in the tournament as they're going to wait for this res to happen. And
so, yeah, they could have gone for the respawn
Right.
onto King Richard, but they're
100%.
not going to.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just waiting for their opponent to actually do it. But we'll see again. We've been trolled. They've been trolled by the last person remaining.
Yeah.
He's camping in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's just a matter of 1 point, maybe 2 points here. I mean, it's like
I
a.
think he's gonna res.
Does it really matter to the milk this at this point? If you're looking at the score, does it really matter, or is it just something that you want to practice at the moment? Because you're gonna get that 8-point bonus.
Yeah, you're gonna get the 8-point bonus.
If it's tied up right now, 47-47, Summit1G and Chappie, they got that 8-point buff, right?
Yeah.
Oh! That scared my heart, brother.
So close.
I looked at chat for a second, just like any streamer. When you're looking at chat for a second, you can get surprised on. Good Lord, that gave me a heart attack. I felt like I was playing Resident Evil 2, man. Mr. X came out of nowhere.
In the corner, that whole team.
This is what happens when you toy with your food, when you play around with it.
777.
Yeah.
All right, they got 20 kills.
Never mind.
Yeah, like I was
They're
saying,
gonna get the +8.
Summit and JoshOG
Yeah.
and Big Wiener Crew, the rest of them, I mean, they're going to need a miracle for map 3.
Map 3 coming in, but it's still a tight race. It's still actually a relatively tight race, but you know, it's difficult to go against history. You know, back to back, they took Twitch Rivals, they took the first Apex Legends Code Red, did Kings Canyon, and so now they're trying to repeat it and get a three-peat.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about history, and not only in previous tournaments, but we're talking about the bracket history. If you look at all the stats that they've been putting together, it's just been constant improvement.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing slowing down Kings Canyon was a crash, and so we've been seeing like constantly like everybody putting like double digits for Dizzy and Mendo. Like they've been putting double digits, and King Richard. They've been really consistent, and we just haven't seen Big Wiener, anyone from the Big Wiener squad, put a double digit consistently. You know, we've seen Summit put in a couple of 10s in a couple of early rounds, but it's going to require a big effort, and it's going to require a change in the way they've been approaching the meta. Of course, we're hitting into the final map here. I am Sancho West with Jet Set Jamerson, and you can find us on Twitter. Use the hashtag CodeRedLive if you'd like to share your favorite moment in this thing. So, I mean, that's the thing right there, man. History is against the Big Wiener squad.
It really is. It really is. And now, remember, even if they can eke by with this victory, they have to. That's just resetting the bracket.
Right.
They got to play another 3 if they want to actually win this entire tournament.
Right. And you know, even if you are that kind of person that's like, you know, at least I'm happy I'm here. I just don't think that not having the edge to it, you know, it's kind of like. I don't think they're competing. They're not giving up.
They're not.
You know, they're still walking away with money.
Yeah.
But it's just going to require a mistake on that other side, and that is the theme for it. And let's see if that mistake happens as we're watching Kings Canyon, and they're about to jump into Kings Canyon here for their final map, and it could be the final map here at Code Red Apex Legends. Thank you guys for joining us here at the Esports Hub at twitch.tv/esportsarena. Of course, you could, you know, compete. We didn't talk about all the other esports arenas, places out in those various Walmart locations that you could kind of compete in these. There's
nightly league tournaments for all the different games.
Yeah, all the different games. You have Smash, you have
League,
Apex
Street
Legends, Street Fighter, all those opportunities to make a name for yourself. You know, I was just seeing someone cut a Smash promo here a little bit earlier, so all those ways that you can make a name for yourself, and that's what's really awesome, that Esports Arena is giving people a platform that they may not necessarily have a platform for themselves.
And so they do take the North Watchtower drop, and so they can rotate over to either Cascades or to Artillery. So they could run into a lot of people, but I don't hear any gunfire right now, so maybe not at all. Interesting that, you know, there's no one here. They're a bit smarter on their decisions to, you know, try to find highly populated areas. But right now, nothing netted quite so far.
Yeah, what we do is there's 3 maps that are played out. This is the grand final, so as Jamerson did say, they have to reset the bracket. So it's basically best 2 out of 3 at this moment. But so the winner's advantage, that is Kings Canyon's advantage, and they do see someone. Dizzy is already laying down some fire with the 301 carbine, gets a nice hit here, and there are artillery. So we have Mendo in that cave that's going to go up into that watchtower, and we have Dizzy already getting an elim starting off, and he gets a second one. So big plays from Dizzy already right out the gate. I like it.
Are you fighting Dizzy?
All right, yeah, Dizzy's still in a fight here, as he was able to stop that res, it looks like. Or no, is he going to actually allow it to get the extra kills?
No, you have to. I mean, you have to get the complete healing. But I see what you're saying. Like, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Get the.
He's going to allow them to get the revive, and then from there they're going to go ahead and clean this up, and that's more kills for them. Good patience coming out from Dizzy there. Maximizing their points. Remember?
Yeah, I believe in that instance what you're describing is somebody else knocked them. It wasn't Dizzy's team, so he's gonna let that res happen. Then he's coming in to close it out. So it's one of those opportunities that yes, when you get eliminated completely, killed completely, that's when the points are added. But Dizzy recognizing that those were not his kills, and he's gonna go ahead and wait for the revive and then come back in and get those kills.
And they did actually. It looks like there were a lot more people over artillery. They just weren't fighting quite yet until they showed up, and now they're in the thick of things as they're hunting down more people. You see the box, you see someone on that high ground as Mendo's trying to take that aim battle. Man tries to take a fist to that fight, and they get cleaned up. And so that is going to be more kills on the board for Team Kings Canyon.
Yeah, artillery is one of those difficult places to drop, Jamerson, because the loot is very spread out, and you're not going to walk away really heavily kitted like a full squad. I feel like every time my squad drops in there, we're not really kitted out that well. One of us has to go deep into the tunnel to get more gear. So it's just surprising. You see that if one squad does get luckily the RNG and get the good gear, they're going to be able to walk away out of here with almost all the limbs or whoever lands or walks into artillery.
Yeah, but like you had mentioned, you do have that tunnel option, right? So if you land at artillery, there are lots of ways you can work out the rotation.
Right.
Like you had mentioned, loot up artillery, go through the tunnels, and then hit the watchtower, and then you can hit cascades.
Right, cascades.
Along that way, you have so many opportunities to try and get the kit that you want. And again, these teams are just used to just running, something like a wingman and peacekeeper, and that's all they need, and then they can move on from there.
There is a balloon that they could go to relays, and go to wetlands, or they could drop down the hydro dam. So there's almost so many places that they could rotate in. So that's why artillery is a interesting place to drop. So
I love it. I love the fights here.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my popular drops here for when I run, Apex Legends, and I kind of like dropping it into artillery and cascades. As we see here, Dizzy does see someone who's going to wait to get that perfect
they already used the respawn beacon, so that's why they turned around.
Yeah.
There we go. They're going to farm some more kills.
This guy's going to get hit so much as he's coming in.
And they're waiting for the call, waiting for the person to actually drop out first. Now they're on the hunt. That's the first knock.
Enemy down. I really like the voice acting here when all the call-outs. It makes it a lot easier to play, especially they provide so much information.
One of the most fun parts is when you spam the nades, right? And so all you hear is like your team getting into a fight, and then all of a sudden all you hear is frag out, frag out, frag out, like 5 times in a row because you've just been like amassing this huge hoarders amount of grenades.
I would like to know right now in the twitch.tv/esportsarena chat, who's the guy that pings Mozambiques all the time? I know you guys are out there.
Mozambique here.
Yeah, Mozambique here. Dibs. I want to know who's out there as we're watching the grand finals, map 3 here at Kings Canyon. And the lead is just growing right now, and at this point, I don't know if it's possible for Big Wieners to make a comeback, but it's especially just the way that these guys are just playing right now. They're on a whole other level.
Now they got to make quick rotates over to Cascade. Oh, doesn't look like it's actually looted. Some of the doors not open. Okay, never mind. The loot bins have been opened, so they know that someone was recently here, and they're going to move quickly. Again, it's Dizzy leading the charge, and he doesn't have a portal yet, but there we go. That's a lifeline drop, and so they're going to push forward now.
Lifeline death. That's what's going to happen very, very soon. I mean, it's just something where they're very comfortable doing this. I mean, you're just seeing this lawnmower just mowing down everything with such ease, as Dizzy's going to have to just retreat a little bit with this Q. But they did knock a couple there.
There we go. Spots out the second. And then from behind the safety of the rock, gets a good spray down. And now they just need to finish off this third person.
Yeah, they just have to be careful here. Yeah, See, yeah, you know, this is right here where I feel is there's something that needs to happen in terms of this for future tournaments.
Yeah.
You know, that they were literally staring at the guy right there, and you know, we're getting an update that looks like Big Wieners is done, and I think that is it. That will be a GG. Can I get a GG in the Twitch Sports Arena chat? And it looks like we have a back-to-back, first time, Code Red Apex Legends champion happening right now.
I mean, these three players, in the short history of Apex Legends, have basically won the most money off of the game so far.
Yes.
Right? You've got King Richard and Dizzy having won a Twitch Rivals and an Apex Legends, or excuse me, Code Red.
Right.
Mendo won his Twitch Rivals, I believe, on week number 2. Twitch Rivals, and so across these three, they have the highest tournament winning so far.
So let me correct that. It's back the first one to
back-ish. Back-ish.
Yeah.
Back-ish, because, you know, Mendo played with his own team.
Right.
When he was playing in Twitch Rivals.
Right. So, I mean, it's still very deadly. I mean, they're certainly the top, the cream of the crop. As they always say, the cream rises to the top. So that's what's happening right now. I knew walking into this day, as soon as that I saw that you had, you know, as soon as that I saw that you had Mendo joining Kings Canyon, I thought, wow, that is a stacked team just with Dizzy and Mendo as well, and King Richard being the kind of like the glue that holds everything together. So once I saw that happening, it's just insane, and I knew it was going to require a big effort from somebody, and, you know, Big Wieners out of nowhere. You said so. You mentioned this early in the broadcast that they were not expecting to be here, but they kept getting early outs in previous tournaments. You know, they didn't do so well in the Twitch Rivals, but here they are getting at least second place in today's tournament. So not bad at all.
And I mean, that's 7K, second place. You know, that's a lot of money. And we do see Dizzy actually getting a little bit too aggressive. Richard almost going down now also. But, you know, this is all just to put on some extra points here and say you got some great placements so far here in Code Red.
I mean, it's very interesting. I always say bad luck. You know, people talk about luck, right? How it is in a real world situation.
Yeah.
They always say people make their own luck, and I think when it comes to battle royales, yes, you know, some people could say like RNG this, RNG that. I just find it interesting how the skill set from this squad is able to get them out of those bad situations. So they literally do make their own luck. You know, the Big Wiener squad, the Big Wiener team, unfortunately did get mapped out very quickly in that third map. So it may be, you may be considering that it's unlucky, but I think skill is a big key factor there.
And yeah, there is definitely a lot of skill on the board, and so that's it, guys. So GG's Kings Canyon gonna go ahead and go be the back-to-back winners here. You know, that's 2 Code Reds in a row here for Apex Legends, and they are just really just stacking up the cheese now. Yeah,
that's really good. I mean, we saw some cool storylines develop here today. Special shout out to the Esports Arena production crew for putting on a good show as well. And thank you to the hosts at Boom TV and DrDisRespect. I mean, to wrap that up, we did see some things. We saw the continuation of the dominance of the wingman.
Yeah.
We saw the new meta in terms of in these pub style tournaments. We've been seeing the farming and things of that sort. We'll be interested to see if there's any kind of changes in the rule set, maybe perhaps rewarding more points for a team that finishes within a certain amount of time. That'd be kind of interesting to look at. But of course, we're here at Code Red. We're always going to find ways to make the tournament better, and we're always going to find ways to, especially hear your feedback. So, you know, let us know what we can do. But anything closing remarks for today, Jet Set Jamerson?
Well, you know, we got to shout out everyone, right? And we have been doing that. But make sure that if you want to be kept up to date with our future tournaments, you follow Go Boom TV on Twitter. That's where we will post about more Apex Legends tournaments in the future. And of course, you know, it's Code Red. We do a lot of different things. We do Fortnite. We do we did Blackout in the past. You know, so make sure you follow Go Boom TV on Twitter to keep up to date. And that's really all I've got to say.
Absolutely. Again, shout out to everybody that's been competing. Please go to their respective broadcasts, all those links and whatnot, and give them the follow, give them the sub. I am Sancho West on Twitter. This is Jet Set Jamerson. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. And as always, peace.